Alright, welcome back. We are going to play some Japan today. And while we play Japan, we're going to talk about bots and their place in the game and how they interact with players. So, we've played a few games as Japan back to back here, and they've kind of been stomps. And part of that's probably because the people we're playing against don't have a whole lot of gear. Although, to be fair, Josh doesn't have a ton of gear either. And,
Yeah,
I mean, Japan
I got
as
my
a whole...
Arasakas.
Yeah. Japan as a whole doesn't have the most phenomenal kit, but it's not bad, especially, like, the rank 3 stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. I think I've been using the Type 99 and the Type 2 since they came out, and I think they do just fine. But I think that the game needs to have slots that are dedicated to bots, because I think the game right now, it becomes very polarized, the matches that you get into, and I think bots help to stabilize that. So basically right now, you either get into matches where one side just absolutely steamrolls the other side because they're either experienced players or they're what people would call sweat lords, or the other team, the defending team, just doesn't occupy the objective at all, and because they don't occupy the objective, nothing gets defended. And the other set of games, you get a nice balanced game where you have teammates that are defending, maybe they're fortifying the objective, maybe the other team isn't super aggressive, but from what I've seen in people commenting on things, and from what I've heard from people that I've talked to, people generally prefer the latter, but you need to have the game find a happy medium around that for that to be your common game. And right now, I don't think that's the case. I mean, we're defending this game, so we can't really run over the other team. The other team kind of just has to come to us, and hopefully we can defend them. But my idea is basically that if we get 10v10 player games right now, where we assume that all 10 people are in fact players, then if we open up 5 more slots on each team that are dedicated to bots, then that will help to change the pacing of the game a little bit to be more comfortable for some people. Because I have seen some people specifically discuss that the games are faster paced now than they'd like them to be. And that's an understandable complaint. But also, I think it'll help mitigate the issues you run into with teams either pair-dropping multiple people onto the objective or going out of their way to just hard rush objectives. Because right now, if you get a team that decides they don't want to sit on the objective and they don't want to actively defend it, like right now I'm sitting out on the flank. I mean, I'll probably end up down there when I eventually die up here, but I'm relying on my teammates down there to actually defend the objective and make sure that they don't cap it from us. But bots would help stabilize that. And my experience with bots pre-update, or pre-merge, was always that the bots would more or less bum rush the objectives over and over again. And the same goes for when you're attacking. When you're attacking, there's often players playing around the flanks, or they're flying planes, or they're driving tanks. Let's say, for example, you have a 10-man team, and 4 of your players are using vehicles. Well, your 2 tanks and your 2 planes, they can't capture objectives, so you're left with 6 people that now have to rush the objectives, and if they're not rushing the objective, then you're not capping anything. The solution there is that bots will always rush the objective because it's what they've always done. They'll sit there and they'll do the brain-dead, mindless work that you and I probably don't want to do. We want to play around the flanks and take out spawn beacons. We want to interdict the enemy and stop them from reinforcing the point. You know, we want to do all the cool shit. And I think that there's a place for bots to have this standard playstyle that they always seem to have, where they run in, they hold the position, they run in, they cap the position, so on and so forth. So, I think that would help a lot with pacing, because there'd be more things that you have to fight through. It would take longer to capture objectives that way. And it would help with making the game more consistent. I'll spawn in as my AT guy and try to pop that tank. Now Josh, I think you mentioned before something that you wanted the bots to do programming-wise that I actually thought was a really cool idea. If you're still around.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I pushed my thing up so that way I don't complain.
Oh, fair enough.
The way you're talking about, like, having bots get to the objective and they're not in combat to just start fortifying it.
Yeah, see, I think that's a really cool idea. I mean, right now the bots... I mean, I think in general, a lot of us would like to see our squaddies perform a little bit better. I'm not saying that they need to be the uber-minched god-tier super soldier, but I wouldn't be opposed to them being a little bit smarter. And if we're gonna have AI in the game, especially in this environment where we have more players and fewer AI, I think it would do a lot to have the AI that we do have act a little bit smarter. And I know they just added in the ability for the AI to occupy machine guns, which is nice. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea to have the AI start playing more specialized roles like engineers or, I guess, mortars or, you know, some of the less common things, right? I think you were mentioning before that they could start fortifying the objectives. That would actually be so cool. I mean, right now, you might get lucky and you get Bob the Builder on your team, and Bob the Builder decides he's going to throw down barbed wire in every doorway, and he's going to put sandbags up, and he's going to build machine gun nests and hope that the enemy funnel in front of them. But how cool would it be if the AI not just bum rushed the objective and stood around? Because, I mean, come on, how many times have we gone in and attacked an objective and seen 20 AI just standing in a building doing nothing, who all have this deer in the headlights look when you walk in with your 50-round drum Thompson and start lighting them up, or your PPSH and you start absolutely shredding them. So if they started putting down barbed wire and they started putting down sandbags and whatnot, I think that would be really cool. Just in general, if they started taking, I don't know, smarter actions. And they don't necessarily have to be, like, crazy intelligent. That's not really what I'm saying. Just if they start doing more than standing there while they're on the objective. And I think you can have pre-established positions on the objective where the AI will start putting stuff. And I think that would go a long way to making the battlefield feel more alive if you're going to start opening up these AI slots. Because I'm sure if people just open up or if Darkflow just opens up AI slots, one of the complaints is going to be about how the AI are stupid and they don't do anything, and they let Johnny on the other team walk right past them. So, I mean, I think that would go a long way to helping to make the game more consistent, to fix some of the pacing issues that have come about from the merge. And I think it would make the game feel more alive and more interesting. And I think it would also add consistency in that there's a lot of players who don't necessarily know what they're doing. And I'm sure that there will be a lot of new players, especially if the game ever ends up on Steam. And I think that will help to mitigate some of the issues that may arise from that. And it'll kind of show players exactly what they can do if they don't know what's possible. You know, I feel like we're not putting a huge dent in the enemy tickets. But I also feel like they're not really pushing this objective super hard. There's a guy in the water over there.
Well, I built ammo everywhere around the objective.
There you go. mean, we're going to be defending this for a while, so... I'm also putting down ammo back here. While we're on the topic of bots, I think some of the other things that I would like to see them do with them is just make your squaddies a little bit more intelligent. I wish that we had a command wheel, to be entirely honest. And it doesn't need to be super high-speed, crazy stuff. I would just like to be able to hit a button and tell my AI, you know, if they were alive. Obviously, it's just me right now, but if I had AI, I kind of would like to be able to say, hey, throw a smoke grenade over there, or hey, throw your offensive grenade over there, right? Likewise, I think it'd be kind of nice to be able to order them to, like, suppress a position. And they could do it one of two ways. They could either make it so you tap the button and wherever you're looking, that's where they suppress. Or if they wanted to be particularly spicy, they could link them up to you and have them look in the same direction as you and shoot in the direction that you're looking and kind of move with you. But it'd be kind of neat to have more, I don't know, control over what your squad does. Other than disarm this bomb, arm that bomb, and stand here. Because effectively right now all they do is stand there with their thumb up their ass. How many times have you been in a building and Jimmy on the other team decided to run in and walked past two of your AI that are standing there just staring off at La La Land? Likewise, I think it'd be kind of neat if some of the more specialized AI classes would actually do something with their specialization. So, I don't know if they still do this, but for a little while there, if they were flamethrower, they'd pull out their flamethrower when people got close to them. I think it'd be kind of neat if there was also scripting for, or I guess coding, for anti-tank soldiers to pull out their AT weapon and use them if there's a tank within, say, 50 meters. Or, I might have pulled that a little bit late. Or, it's another type of soldier. I guess it'd be nice if you could also order them to put down their mines if they have mines. I just kind of wish there was more interaction with your squaddies in general than what there currently is. Because right now, they're effectively just glorified respawns that every once in a while shoot somebody. And if they're not going to make them perform better because, I don't know, maybe Darkflow doesn't want them to do too well, or I don't know, maybe they're afraid that the AI will become too good and players won't like the game. But if they at least make them play to their role a little bit better, that would be nice. If, say, the AI medics actually actively went around and healed anybody that gets within, say, 10 yards of them. If, let's say, for example, if you've got engineers in your squad, then instead of having to actively switch to the engineer, you ought to be able to open up the engineer radio menu and order your engineer to build whatever it is that you want him to build. Because right now you can start building something. Let's say you've got two engineers. You can have one engineer start it and order the guy to work on it, and the second engineer will build it. But if you just have one engineer, there's not really a way to do that. So if instead as the squad leader you could open up your radio menu, select, you know, engineer buildings, and then select like spawn point and place it, and then you can have your engineer working on building it, and you, the player, can go off and continue doing whatever it is that you planned on doing without having to sit there for 20 seconds bonking a hammer. And also, while we're talking about bots, it'd be great if we could improve the bot's ability to deal with difficult terrain. This isn't unique to AI only squads, but player squads with AI in them as well. It's a big issue out here in the Pacific, where because there are these little streams, the AI will get stuck in the water. And, for example, this objective right here is in my opinion, the single hardest objective to take in all of the Pacific, because you have to cross so much water to get here. And the AI will get stuck all over the place around these rocks, and they'll get stuck in the water. There have been so many times when I've attacked this objective, and I've ran all the way over here, and then I die, and my next guy is sitting, like, there, where that guy is, right there. Literally the guy I just shot is my AI in, like, half of the games that I've played from the American side here. But yeah, there's a lot of just little things I would like them to improve with the AI, whether it's their ability to move around. Like, look at all these guys right here. I mean, I kind of wish I didn't die to them, but they're at least kind of showing my point. Whenever you get these water maps, they always congregate either on the rocks in the water or in the water itself, and they just get stuck. And sometimes it's the AI squads, sometimes it's your AI squaddies. It doesn't really matter. But I would like to see a fix to that. I am blind as a bat. Well, this is proving to be a pretty uneventful match. I mean, they have at least kind of taken a little bit of this position, but, you know. I don't think they're going to take it. Who knows? Maybe they'll get one big push. On the topic of this map, though, and this has absolutely nothing to do with bots and AI, I would love to see them put some sort of pontoon bridge or quick deployable bridge in. They could either make it something that engineers can get, or they could make it some, like, I don't know, little wooden board thing that your normal soldiers can carry around and they can just deploy. But I would love to see something that you can put down to make pathways across this sort of terrain. I really wish I had a submachine gun there.
I wish I had HE.
Like some of the maps, like the one with the seaplane, is a good example. They've got half deployed like armor pontoon bridge for moving heavy vehicles, and then they have another pontoon, or they're not pontoon bridges, but they have these little walkways that are like made out of wood. They're like two logs lashed together. You know, I'm starting to think I just need to put artillery down over there.
Probably.
But being able to just put stuff like if you could put it between here and then another one from there to the other beach, that'd be amazing. Even if they're in like pre-placed positions and you just walk up to them and you spend like 20 seconds deploying them. Just anything would be nice. Oh, I thought they were dead. I should have noticed, oh well.
了解砲兵隊撃て
There's a medkit box down here if you need it.
Roger.
Here, I'll just heal you. Hey, behind you! I missed.
That's okay. I turned around just in time to see him shoot me in the face.
敵が我々の統制点を占拠しようとしている 飛び出す準備をしよう
I'm gonna drop on the point. I don't know how many people they have on it. It doesn't look like they're capping it fast. They have a tank or something back on the main road, all the way back by the first point. I might go AT when I land, but I'm honestly not sure I'd be able to get to a place where I can hit it. Or I'll just sit here in artillery.
Yeah, there's a tank like back in like the first objective.
Yeah. Yeah, I just landed in artillery. Good times. Most of the squads that not most, but like half of the squads that I have on right now are squads that are virtually brand new that I'm trying to level, so I don't really have a whole lot of equipment available.
Oh, it's a Sherman of some sort way out there. Mark.
I guess the nice thing about having 50 round mags is that I can kind of just sit here and lay on the fire. I feel like I've been spending a lot of time dying this game, and not a whole lot of time actually doing anything relevant.
Happens. I've been spending a whole lot of time not really doing anything at all, honestly.
Wait, where did he... I don't know where that American went. Interesting. I know there was another one because I shot at him, but I didn't see where he went. You know, I really needed that one guy not to die. I probably can't kill that... Okay, it's not an issue. I was gonna say I probably can't kill that plane if I brought in my, my shitty floating tank.
I'm pretty sure there's a spawn beacon in that hut on the hill right here. That lucky bastard, he has like 12 rounds, he missed like 10 of them. Oh, my spawn beacon on the beach got destroyed.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm really on with these Japanese snipers, and then other times I feel like I can't hit anything with them. There's definitely still one guy over there.
Oh, wait, my rifling's still up, but it said it was like I couldn't spawn. It like wasn't even like an option to spawn on. That was a waste. Okay, no one left.
Dude, I swear, some of these guys are just fucking nuts. I don't know if they're AI or what, but I get shot through so many bushes. Man, I can't wait until I get my Chiha. Of the, like, new equipment this update, it's probably the single most exciting thing that came out. At least for me. The American 105 Sherman is a very close second. And just like that, 2 objectives in and out. Well, that has been a battle in the Pacific with the Japanese. I had rank 3 stuff on. I think Josh has rank 1 and 2 stuff on.
Nope.
Rank 1 stuff on.
Yep. I have everything in rank 1 unlocked. Well, except for the tanks. Because I only switched over 3, so. Well, I was like level 6 here. I didn't really play it that much.
Yeah.
But, you know, a bolt action will kill somebody just as quickly in the beginning of the tech tree as it does at the end of the tech tree, so.
Bolt actions are so underrated. I actually want to make something just talking about that, but that's for another day. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, thanks for watching. Get out there, kick ass, win your games, and let me know what you think about adding bot slots or improving your squaddies, anything of the above.